How can we love ourselves? A talk with Unmani.
So, how can we love ourselves? This is our theme today. And, there are a lot of concepts about love, right? There are a lot of ideas, a lot of very beautiful concepts and ideas about loving each other or loving ourselves. And we might try to do that, right? We might try to love ourselves, but inevitably we come up against certain barriers because the nature of the mind is that it will criticize and it will find problems and something wrong or something missing, or if only I could be like this or not like that, or they're better than me and I'll never be good enough, or whatever. We have all kinds of concepts or ideas about who we think we are, that it is not enough just the way it is. And so then when we try to love ourselves, it is a lot of effort to keep trying to actually change these concepts of who we think we are to positive concepts, to concepts about how I'm such a wonderful person, or kind, or clever, or generous, or interesting, or whatever the positive concepts might be. And it takes a lot of effort to keep changing negative concepts to positive concepts. And this is not really being in contact with the love that you are. This is just simply a mind game. And it can be a valuable mind game to some degree. There is some value in changing negative thoughts to positive thoughts, because, of course, positive thoughts do seem to have a positive effect on our experience to some degree. But it does require a lot of effort and vigilance in a way. And it doesn't seem to get to the root of the matter. And what is the root of the matter? It is that you are already love. That's the root of the matter. And so you don't need to try to love yourself, because you are already love, or in fact, you are already loved just the way you are. Now, when you are trying to be loved, usually you're looking to the outside world to get love from others, from your environment in some way, or your community. And whatever love you might receive from others is no doubt going to be temporary, right? Because they cannot maintain a loving attitude towards you all the time, because they're human, just like you. And sometimes they also have these kind of negative concepts, or they're going through some challenges and perhaps they project some stuff onto you, which then you take to mean something negative about you. And this is how we tend to go on in our lives, believing that others' reactions or responses mean something about who we are, that we are usually not enough as we are. And so then we try to fix that by either adapting ourselves to fit in with what we think others want or would like from us. And this is doomed to failure, of course, because we can never know what other people really want. And of course, they're changing their minds all the time anyway. And it's, again, a lot of effort to try to adapt all the time to what other people think in order to be loved by them. And again, it's projecting love outside of yourself, as if the key to love is out there. Now, at a certain point, we realize that it's not out there, it's in here. And of course, we hear that again and again on the spiritual path. And so then we try to love ourselves by changing our negative concepts to positive concepts. But it's not even in here. This love is not in or out. It is you. And this love that you are already includes and already embraces whatever is here without exception. And this is radical love. It really doesn't care what you do, what you say, how you feel, what you look like. It doesn't care. It loves you just the way you are already. So it's like an absolute unconditional forgiveness, always, which doesn't mean that you then have the license to treat people badly or to hurt people or, do kind of all kinds of horrible things. It doesn't mean that. And it doesn't mean that you should be passive in terms of looking at yourself and inquiring into certain patterns that might be there that restrict you or certain old negative beliefs. We can always look at these kinds of things and see where we might be buying into certain limiting beliefs about who we think we are. And this is reflecting how we behave and live in our lives. And this can be very painful when we believe these things. But even if we hold these beliefs, who we are really loves these humans, just the way they are already. And knowing this brings a deep relaxation. Knowing this not conceptually only. I mean, of course, conceptually can be interesting, but it's in a deeper way. You're really relaxing into that I'm enough, just as I am, simply because I am now this, right? I couldn't possibly be any more or different because I am as I am now. Of course, paradoxically, I'm always changing, and that's where we can keep looking at ourselves. But it's not with the aim or the goal to clean ourselves up perfectly so that then we might be worthy of love. No, we are already so worthy, just the way we are. And so I'd really invite you to take that in, to really meet yourself as this human. I know you're not limited to this human, but you include this human and you live as this human in the world. And so in this play of being human, when we really meet ourselves as love itself, this means that everything that happens in this human experience is perfect. It's already loved. And so when we bring our attention to that, we make it, let's say, our priority. And I'm not talking about holding a mental concept of what is our priority, but we resonate deeply with this, that we know it's true and we live from that. Then we don't need to make effort to love this human because it's already loved. And this means that naturally we are more freed up to be just as we are, even if our experience is a bit messy, even if we are, of course, we are imperfect beings, right? Human beings. We do make a mess all over the place in various ways, right? We carry old conditioning and traumas and patterns, and we try to do things that don't work out, and we hurt people, and we feel uncomfortable, messy feelings, and we have wounds, and all kinds of things. Right? We are human. But to meet all of that just the way it is, this is love. Love doesn't have to be some kind of sweet, pretty image or feeling. It doesn't have to be this kind of fluffy, spacey thing. It's a very grounded, real kind of love that meets whatever is here without exception right now. And this is what we long for in others, right? We long to be truly met just the way you are. And as long as we are longing for that from others, we overlook it in ourselves. And in fact, until we can meet ourselves as love in just the way it is in our own experience, we cannot ever really know love from anyone else. We have to start by meeting ourselves as love. And then it becomes natural to know love from others. It's like it kind of overflows. Because if I'm love, well, of course you're love. And then we are just love together. And even if we're messy, it's an expression of love. There's a sense of inclusion and forgiveness and embrace and holding it all. Even if it hurts, even if it's frightening, you are love.